Hey guys, my name is Julie. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you're a returning viewer. Today's video is going to be my third cross stitch video, so if you're not into cross stitch, then you feel free to click out of this video. If you're looking for my normal content, this is not it, but don't worry, I still will be posting non-cross stitch related videos, so be on the lookout for those if this one does not interest you. If you are here for the cross stitch, hi. Today's video is going to be an update video on Arbitrary August. Before I get into what I've been working on, I'm just going to say really quickly, thank you guys so much for subscribing. I have gained around 65, no, maybe even 70 subscribers since I posted my first Flosstube video, which is huge because I have been on YouTube for 3 years now. So to gain that many subscribers in such a short time frame is really good, or really huge, really awesome. So thank you. I don't know anyone in my real life who cross stitches, so talking to you guys is my only way of talking to people who cross stitch. Yeah, none of my friends cross stitch, my parents, my grandparents, nobody cross stitches in my life. They're missing out. So this is my little way of making friends who cross stitch. I am drinking a Red Bull, by the way, coconut edition, the best one. So this isn't going to be a super long video because I'm just talking about my whips that I worked on this week. I don't have any haul to show, so yes. Okay, so like I said, I'm doing Arbitrary August, which is stitching mommy came up with this. I think her name is Sarah. I will link her channel below. She came up with Arbitrary August a couple years ago, and basically what it is you spin a wheel, or you can put your whips into like a bucket, like little pieces of paper, and every day or every few days, however you want to do it, you pick out a whip or you spin the wheel. I will put a video right here in a second. And whatever you pick out, or whatever the wheel picks for you, is what you stitch for that day or a few days. And it's really just a good way to get into your whips and actually work on them. And I really enjoy it because I see little progresses, you see progress happening on your whips, which is really cool because normally I just tend to stick to one or two things for a long time. So it's a good way to get rotation. And also, if you spin something and you're like, I don't want to stitch that, it's a good way to think about maybe getting rid of a few whips. Like if you keep spinning it and you're like, I don't want to stitch that, then maybe you don't want to finish it at all. And there's no point in stitching on something and finishing something that you don't want to stitch on, because you only have so much time in your life, so you might as well stitch something that brings you happiness and that you actually want to stitch. So today I spun my black work Sal from Peppermint Purple. I use the app Tiny Decisions, and I believe it's only for Apple products, but I know Android has other options that are similar to this. So yeah, so today I spun my Peppermint Purple Sal, which I haven't worked on it yet today, but that is what this looks like. I am behind on this. I haven't worked on it since my whip parade either, but this is what it looks like. It's just black work, and I believe I am 4 weeks behind, so I do need to work on this, so it's a good thing I spun it today so I can get some progress in on that. So also, I was going to say really quickly, I am spinning daily, but I'm only working on whatever I spin for maybe 1 to 3 hours, and then if I want to keep working on it, I'll keep working on it, and then I'll put it down and work on Pandemic, so by Long Dog, because I really want to finish that by the end of the year, so it is a focus piece. So yeah. Okay, so I actually didn't start Arbitrary August until August 2nd, so I did not spin on August 1st. So we'll start off with August 2nd, which I spun. Oh, and also on the app, sorry. Also on the app, you can pick to have it not repeat, so it won't spin the same thing twice. But I just have it where it can spin things twice or 3 times or however many times, because I don't have, I think I only have 14 whips on there, so obviously there's more days in August than that anyways, and I like it to be actually super random, so it is not set on where it can't spin things twice. Okay, so August 2nd I spun Believe by Heaven and Earth Designs. I'll put what that will look like finished right here. It is a chart by Sue Miller. I'm pretty sure. If that's not right, then I'll change it on the screen, but I'm pretty sure the artist's name is Sue Miller. And here's, okay, so now I'll put a picture of what it looked like last time I showed you guys. And then I'll show you what I did. Oh, I also want to say I spun this twice. I spun this on the 2nd and on the 7th. So there's actually 2 days of stitching on this. So here's what I did in 2 days, so you can see what I had it at and what I did. So basically I filled in all of this blue right here. The second day I spun this on August 7th, I got 581 stitches in, and the first day was probably around 200, so about 700 new stitches on here. You can start to see where that tree is gonna go. And also I decided to start doing this by color, like color completion. So that's why I only worked on that one color. But when I started it, I had just started in the corner and I was gonna do it by page. So that's why there's a couple other colors, but I'm gonna color complete. So that is the progress on Believe. I really was enjoying working on that on the 7th. So that's why I got 581 stitches in, because it was enjoyable. Sorry if my lighting keeps changing, by the way. I'm using natural lighting, so it goes back and forth between light and dark. Okay. So on August 3rd, I spun Butterflies by Stitchrovia Emma Congdon, which is an Etsy shop. So I'll put what that will look like finished right here. And then the last time I showed you guys. So I didn't get much done on this one because I felt like working on Pandemic. So, by the way, I'll show Pandemic at the end. Alright, so that's where I had it at last time. And I only worked right here on this butterfly. So I did its body and the antennas, and then this darker blue color on its back wings. So that is all I did on there, which I think it's around 80 stitches. I don't count stitches unless I'm using Pattern Keeper, but I can kind of eyeball it. So there's the whole piece. So not much, but again, I just like that even if it's not a lot, it's like the next time I pick out or go to stitch on this whip, on this piece, that little bit is already done. So next time I'll have 80 less stitches to do. So even if you're not working on your project a ton, it is just fun and like beneficial to even just do 50 to 100 stitches, because then next time we pull it out, that's 50 less stitches you have to do. So okay, on August 4th I spun Dreaming of Mums, which is a pattern by Rosewood Manor. Again, I didn't do a ton on this. So here's what the, oh wait, I have it on a printed out. So here's what the project will look like when it is done. Very pretty, lots of pinks, which I love. Pink is my favorite color. I said that in my last video, but I'll probably say it every time. So I worked, oh, here's what it looked like last time. Sorry, I showed you guys. So I worked on this motif, and I think I finished it. Oh, I didn't do that part. But I think I did this. Maybe that was already done. I think I did this, and then these two green branches. But you're seeing what I did. So, again, not much, probably around 100, maybe less stitches. So, there's that one. Oh, I forgot to put the pattern back in there. That's okay. I'll do that later. Okay, so August 5th was Quiet Night by Dimensions, which I had mentioned in my whip parade that I wasn't sure if I was going to finish this one, but I decided that I would just go ahead and put some stitches in and see where I felt, what I felt like after. So here, oh, sorry. Here's what it will look like finished. And then that's where you guys saw it last time. And then here's what I did. So I don't know if you can really tell, but I worked this bottom line and all of this right here. And then I also filled in some stitches over here in this area and up here. So, I mean, I did kind of a good amount. I finished that bottom border. And see, my problem is that there's so many dark blue stitches on the dark blue fabric, which I don't enjoy. And there's a lot of that, as you can see. So I think my plan is to just rip those dark blue stitches out up here and then not stitch the sky or the mountains and just leave it blue for the background. And yeah, so I do think I'm gonna finish this now that I put some more work into it. My problem is that Dimensions kit have blends, so you have to put two colors together, which I don't enjoy doing. It just, I don't know why. Like, it doesn't take that much work, but it seems like it does. So, I don't know. But I think this would be really nice if I finish it, so I do want to. Also, look how tiny this hoop is. It's literally smaller than my hand. It's so small. I don't actually use that hoop. It's just in that bag because I used to use it. Alright. August 6th was Summertime. This is another pattern by Stitch Rovia on Etsy. So here's what the finished pattern will look like. And here's what it looked like last time I showed you guys. I had to fill in the rest of the orange on the barbecue block, and then I also started on the next block, which is gonna say flip-flops, as you can start to see the flops. So I filled in the rest of the orange, and then I started the pink and the purple on the next block. So that was a good amount of stitches for that day on this guy. I really like working on this because I like the solid colors and how bright they are. It's not a lot of color changing, which is nice because you can get things done a little bit faster. Alright, we already did August 7th. That was Believe again, Heaven and Earth. And then yesterday, August 8th, is that right? Yeah. Yesterday was August 8th, and I spun Mountain Cabin, which is another Heaven and Earth design. This design is by Dominic Davison, and it is the mini version, so it is Mini the Mountain Cabin. And I didn't do a lot on this one because I had to frog a little bit because I counted wrong. So, oh, here's what it will look like. I always forget to stop and let you guys see what it looks like. So here's what the finished project will look like, and then the last time you guys saw it. Alright. And here is what I got done. So basically I worked in this area right here. You can see, hold on. Oops, I folded it a little bit too much. So before, in the last time you guys saw it, you can see there was a big gap right here. So I kind of filled in this area. And then I decided that I wanted to stitch across the top and go to the other side, the other far corner over here, and do some of the blue, because I'm kind of tired of doing these colors. But then I counted wrong. Like, I had a big chunk done right here, but I counted wrong, so I had to frog it. So anyways, I didn't write down how much I did. I think it was around 330, but then minus frogging, like around 50 stitches. So only about 280-ish stitches stayed in from yesterday, but that's okay. And this one is gonna be really pretty when it's finished, if I ever get there. Also, I don't have a lot of these projects in bags. I thought I had a lot of my projects in these Ziploc bags, but now I'm realizing that I don't. A lot of them are just free. Okay, so my main piece is Pandemic by Long Dog Samplers. If you didn't know, it was a free chart for a week, and then it's on their website now. You can purchase it. So, and the story behind it is, I think that they were designing it for their anniversary next year, and they just happened to name it Pandemic, and then they decided to release it this year because of the pandemic. So I think, don't quote me on that, but okay, so here's what the pattern will look like. And beautiful sampler, lots of stitching. And then here is what it looked like last time I showed you guys. Also, someone in the Facebook Pandemic group finished this already. I saw the post today. They already finished the whole thing. That's crazy. That's a lot of stitching. But here is where I'm at. So, it's getting very large. That is what I did this week. So I think last time I showed you guys, I had to finish this area right here, which took me so long. Everyone in the Pandemic group on Facebook talks about how page 6 is a lot of stitching, which it was, and it did take a while. But for some reason, this area right here on page 7 took me so long. And then I finished the pom-poms around this. I don't know why I called them pom-poms. They look like pom-poms. I finished the pom-poms around this pink diamond and did this bit and some more up here and this whole purple thing. So I only have like this much left to finish on page 3, and then I'll have 5 pages complete. I wanted to finish that page before I filmed again, but it just didn't happen. I think I stayed up till like 2:30 one day, like AM, stitching this purple part. But anyways, it just didn't happen. I just have a little bit left right here and then right there. So then I'll have 5 pages done, and it's almost at 25%. Last time I looked, it was at 23.8%, so the rest of this page will probably make it around 25. So we'll be a quarter of the way there. I can't believe someone already finished it. That is dedication, but this is so fun to stitch on. I love adding the colors in and being creative with it, so I am really enjoying this, and it will continue to be a focus piece, so a lot of progress will continue to be shown on this guy. So, And I highly recommend you join the pandemic Facebook group if you haven't already, because the color combinations people come up with are crazy. And some people are doing the negative space, so instead of stitching, this is upside down, but instead of stitching the ones that I stitched, they stitched like the background piece. So that's really cool. And then I also saw somebody that was stitching it full coverage, I think. They had filled in the background of this. So I think they were doing it full coverage, or maybe just the corners, but that is so much stitching. So people are so creative and I love to see it, so you should join that group if you want to see that as well. Okay, so I think that's all I have to show. We are only at 23 minutes, which is a lot shorter than my last Flosstube, which was 40 minutes. I did decide to rewrite my cross-stitch notebook, so I have it, like, here's my cross-stitch finishes for 2020, which was 3. You can see those in my first Flosstube. And then skipped a page just in case, for whatever reason, I go on to a next page of finishes in 2020, which isn't gonna happen. But, you know, just wanted to be safe. And then here's my work in progress list. So I basically listed the name of the chart, when I started it, and then what fabric and what floss I'm using. So that's what I did for all of those. And I basically, so next year I will just restart the list. So I'll skip over and do finishes 2021. And then obviously my finishes will go there for that year. And then skip one, whips 2021, which will probably be a lot carried over from this year, and I'll rewrite them and then add whatever if I start new starts. So that is how I keep track of my whips and my finishes. I'm keeping track of Arbitrary August in this other random sketchbook because I don't care about it after August is over, so it doesn't need to be in my like actual cross stitch book. Also, in case you're wondering, I only really stitch with DMC. I said that in my last video because it's the cheapest option for me, and I'm 19 years old and in college, so I don't have a ton of money. So DMC is the cheapest option for me. So this is how I store it, just on bobbins in a container. My scissors are in that longer compartment, and then I also just like chuck in finished threads in this section right here, and every once in a while I throw them away, but it's just a nice little place to keep them while I'm stitching. So, and I also have a second box. So that's all of my DMC that I have. I buy based on project needs, so I don't have a full set of DMC, but I do have a lot. So, oh, also in my whip parade I showed this cross stitch pamphlet or leaflet, I don't really know what it's called, and I had started Consider the Lilies, which is that one right there. This was printed in 1981. So I showed you guys that I had started Consider the Lilies and that I was in my whips, but I don't know if I'm gonna finish it or keep working on it because I spun it on my wheel twice already in Arbitrary August, and I just decided I really didn't want to stitch on it, so I spun again. And I was like, if I don't want to stitch on it, why is it still in my whips? So I don't know. I put it with my other 2 projects that I'm probably not going to finish. I think that's it. I think that's all I have to talk about today. So today is a little bit shorter of a video. Actually, these are probably going to be how long my videos are from now on, because if I do weekly updates, there's not too much to show. But I do want to do weekly updates, at least for August, because since I'm spinning every day, I like to see the progress that I can make in just one day of stitching. So if I update every 2 weeks, then I might spin the project more than once, and then it won't just be one day worth of stitching to show, which I like to see. So that is why I'm doing weekly updates right now. I don't know if that will continue, but that's what I'm going to do for now. So the videos aren't going to be super long just because I don't have a lot to show. Because it's literally just whip updates. Like, I don't have haul to show because I don't ever buy anything. And I don't have... My wish list on 123 Stitch is ridiculous. I think it's like 4 pages worth of stuff on my wish list. Okay, so that is all I have to show for today. If you guys enjoyed this video, then please hit subscribe to stick around for my next week's update to continue to see my whip updates progress. And like this video and comment below. Say hi. So, yeah, I will see you guys next week. And also, I think I'm going to upload on Sundays. So, see you guys next Sunday, hopefully, unless I change my mind. Okay, bye.